Good morning and hi, Gaylotta Murray. Welcome.
Good morning, Lori. Good
We
morning.
have Gaylotta joining us this morning on our Gracefully Graying Tuesday Facebook Live. Welcome to our viewers, and if you're watching this afterwards, welcome to you as well. Today we have our photo memories guru, and she's a lot more than that. Gaylotta,
Yeah, I
that's what
like
I'm
that.
calling
Photo
you.
memories guru.
You're
Okay.
a photo memories guru. You
All
are.
right.
So tell us, as we are sitting here now and again, people may view us after the holidays, after the new
Mm-hmm.
year. Who knows when they will? But
Mm-hmm.
this kind of pertains to whenever people are interested in what you do or preserving their memories. But right now, we are speaking between Christmas and New Year's.
Right.
And I know that you wanted to address um, people's wishes and people's kind of the necessity for people to preserve their photo memories and the importance of it. And that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, tell us about yourself, introduce yourself. We've had you on before, you're a great guest. Tell our viewers who you are and what you do, and we'll start our conversation with that.
Okay. Um, so obvious, my name is Gaylotta Murray, and I am the founder for my company called Your Best Life Media. Your Best Life Media is a passion that I have been able to make a business, and I enjoy that. I've been in business probably about 4 years, but because I'm really new to owning my own business, I could really say the last 2 years, I've really made an investment in making this happen and understanding this whole business of saving, organizing, and preserving memories. Doing this with your photo collection. Um, so yeah, that's my company, and I
Okay.
appreciate this opportunity to be able to do this with Gracefully Graying. What
Yeah.
better what better audience about
Ex
memories?
exactly. And in the past, we've had some classes that you've conducted on how to make memory books, how
Mm,
to collect your family's photos, how kind of a step-by-step process, which is what you're so good at.
mhm,
Um, and those have been great. And we urge our viewers to go look at those on
mhm,
Facebook, on the Gracefully Graying Facebook website, on our website, because they're very valuable. The information's below,
mhm,
and you can get to it from there. Um, and it's just a lot of how to step by step, making it easier for people maybe who are technologically challenged.
mhm, mhm.
And you're very good at instructing people how to do that. So today you are talking about a photo savings plan, as you called it.
Mhm.
Make your photo collection a high yield investment for 2022, which is
Mhm.
great. But
Yeah.
let's step back for a second, and I want to know how did you start
Oh.
your vision of helping people do this and why you started Your Best Life Media? Just a little bit of a background first.
So whenever I think about that question, I think back about how, and this was a little while back when PowerPoint first came out.
Mm.
I really found myself attracted to PowerPoint, and I didn't understand then that that was like, a threshold for, it's moving me right into it. But I really enjoyed making PowerPoints, and as the app got better, as they, made it more sophisticated or whatever, I really, because you could do more with images, you can do more with creating a story with PowerPoint. So, very quickly, at my church, I was teaching a Sunday school class and I was using PowerPoint because I was teaching a Sunday school class for young adults. Young adults, you got to keep them going.
Sure.
And someone saw me doing that and said, "Would you be interested in joining our media ministry?" And I said,
Wait,
"Sure, I
joining
can."
your what?
Media ministry,
Oh,
ministry,
okay.
our
Okay.
media ministry. And I said, sure, thinking that, that was going to be something really, really simple, not a problem. So I thought to ask, well, what do I do? And she said, oh, you just create video slideshows for church announcements. And I said, okay, but I've never done a video. I've never created video. Don't
Mhm.
worry about it. It's just like PowerPoint. I always tell the story and said it is not just like PowerPoint, but it has some similarities, but there's a lot more to creating a video. So I taught myself. I taught myself how to do it. Lots of trial and error,
Sure.
but the passion for sharing memories, creating messages with video, getting information out with video still stayed at the heart of that. And that's what kept me going.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you've learned a lot, you've taught yourself a lot in the past 2 years because you've developed a nice business for yourself, which is great. Um, okay, so let's get back to the photo savings plan
Yeah.
and making your photo collection a high yield investment in 2022. And I love the correlation between the savings plan and the financial planning, which people often associate maybe I don't know, well, in general, they should be paying attention to that at all
Sure.
times, but maybe, some people concentrate on that maybe a little bit more in the beginning of the year, like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I need to get my financial house in order."
Mhm.
Um, and along those lines, you are telling people, "Get your photo collection memories in order." I
Mhm.
mean, that's what this is about, right?
Right. It is. It is.
So tell us more about that.
Lori, that's a wonderful segue because this is a perfect time to do this
Mhm.
because we all go into the new year with good intentions. We're inspired, we're excited. It's a great time to start over. And so, what I want folks to, one of the resolutions that we often put in place is I want to save more money. I know it's on my list, and I'm sure it's on other lists to save more money. So, I want people to start thinking about you're committed to saving more money, but I also want you, because of the investment, the value of that investment, but I also want you to think about the value of an investment in saving your photo collection, really doing what you can to preserve your photo collection. And so when I came to my mind that there's some similarities there, I thought, okay, let me call this a photo savings plan. So that's it. But let me talk about that. I'll talk about that. So your Best Life Media is your one-stop shop for saving and enjoying your photo collection. Our mission is to enable you to enjoy the sharing your memories by saving you time to do so. Your stories hold great emotional value, and we understand. They are the currency for sharing your memories, a visual narrative, excuse me, placing you at the heart of the story. For example, an artfully designed video slideshow can be a photo with a story, a visual experience of your best life moments, affirming your life well lived. So that's what you have with a video slideshow. So given the personal value of your photo collection, we frame our services around a photo savings plan. As with any savings plan, you must have services and products that make the plan a worthy investment for the future. Our key services are visual storytelling, um, memory keeping solutions. Both are designed to be an emotional visual media experience. Both provide assurance for the long-term protection and preservation of your photo collection. So, because I'm in the business of visual storytelling, a presentation for me would not be good without a video. So I put together a
Yeah.
video, a little short video, about a 1 minute video, to show how the similarities between your personal savings account, which you're taught to do from childhood, to now thinking about your personal photo savings plan, putting that in place. And I want you to think about it in terms of they're very similar. You're making the same investment, you're doing it very much for the same reason. So if we can have the video right now.
love that.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
there's so many elements to that that are so
Sure.
important.
Yeah.
You know, if we touch on a few, I mean, maybe I think one of the most important one is, you know, protecting your photos and your assets against emergencies and disasters. And
Yes.
you know, it
Yes.
seems like we're hearing, you
A
know,
lot.
there's so many more natural disasters and you know, with just everything, you know, kind of maybe worse than they have been. You never know what's going to happen. And I just
Mhm.
think the importance of protecting your assets and your photos, you know, and literally saving them on the cloud and, you know, just knowing where they are so that you're not panicking.
Mhm.
Talk about that more.
Sure. So I was going to actually pull out the same thing. So let's talk about the most immediate thing, preparing for emergencies. We are having a lot more natural disasters.
Yeah.
I think global warming has, I think it's bringing about a lot of unexpected kinds of disasters, such as tornadoes and fires and
Floods.
things and floods.
Mhm.
And when you see the aftermath of that, and the reporter comes to interview families, Lori, almost inevitably, almost every time, they talk about what they lost. And usually what they talk about is the memories that they've lost. They're photos of someone very precious to them, or photos of a very important event that
Yeah.
they'll never get back again. So
Yeah.
here's the thing. If you digitize your photo collection, you're protected against emergencies like that, natural disasters like that, because as soon as you can get to a computer, anytime a computer you can get to,
Sure.
you can get that memory. They're there.
Right.
You don't have to
Right.
work. And you can print them out again and make all kinds of things for
Right.
it. So they're
Right.
there.
Right.
So
You know, yeah.
go
The other thing is, you know, the what you mentioned in the video, the temptation to spend, um, you know, when really you want to be saving.
ahead.
So talk about that as far as you know.
So the temptation to spend when you really want to be saving is certainly a whole money kind of thing, and it's a whole money challenge. But similarly, in terms of the photo savings plan, there is the temptation to just keep piling in photos, just keep taking photos and just piling them in and saving them on, and keeping them on your phone and not thinking anything more about it. Here's the problem: you took all those photos. If you didn't take time to tag them and to say who they were about, who's in it, what is what that whole time is about, you
Mhm.
won't remember that, and then that's a memory gone. All it is just a picture. I'm reading a book called "What's a Photo Without a Story." That's really important. You've got to have a story. So if you keep cluttering your storage with all of these photos that you're not taking time to organize, you got a mess.
You've got a
Got a lot of
mess.
stress.
Basically,
You
you've
got a
got a
mess and a
mess.
lot of stress,
Yeah. 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 That's an interesting point. Yeah. Um, And then talking about, you know, avoiding debt, avoiding stress. I mean, I
Yes.
think a lot of people get stressed out like you mentioned, like, "Oh my goodness, I have so many photos or I
Yeah.
have so many prints lying around. They're sitting in shoe boxes or wherever they are." Um, you know, kind of like purging your closets, like
It is.
re
Exactly.
relieve your stress by organizing them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I think of I always think of maybe it's an avatar or whatever, but it's a person that you've had the times where there's times where there's an event that comes up. Let's just say it's an anniversary celebration for your
mhm.
your grandparents, and they say to you, Lori, you got all those pictures. Would you mind putting together the video slideshow? And you say, oh yeah, okay, I'll do that. It shouldn't be a problem.
And then you don't.
And then you don't, and then you look at the time that it's going to take to do that, and
Yeah.
then you're stressed because
Right.
you waited until the last minute, very
Right.
likely, and then you're just really stressed out. And that's
Right.
why a services such as mine is really good, because it's a time saver. I don't want you to be stressed out in that moment. I
Right.
want you to be able to enjoy that event as much as anybody else. And so, with Your Best Life Media, you've got a video slideshow that you're going to enjoy.
Right, because, let's face it, most people don't know how to make videos. If you said to them, "Oh, we're at so and so's, Aunt so and so's wedding, and then we want you to make a video out of the pictures,"
Mhm.
like I don't know how to make a video. That's like that in and of itself would cause stress.
Oh,
So
yes.
not to mention actually like the pictures themselves.
Right,
But yeah,
right.
people don't know how to do this. And gracefully graying, I mean, our mission is, to provide resources and help people who are, 50 and older, really.
Mhm,
But, you get
mhm,
into the older crowd.
mhm.
Um, Technically, there are a lot of issues that come up, and people don't have the faintest idea how to put something together like that.
Right,
So,
right,
um,
right.
yeah, which is why, planning for it, organizing, kind of relieving your stress for the year, like just get yourself organized. Again, I kind of equate that to, besides the financial uh, part of it, purging your house, cleaning your closets, like,
Mhm,
you know,
mhm,
really cleaning up.
mhm, mhm.
And also, we do want to encourage our viewers to comment. If you have any questions for Gaylotta, I mean, of course, they can always reach out to you. But in this conversation, if there are any specific questions, we'd love to hear from our viewers, because I'm sure people are challenged with this and they probably do have a lot of questions.
Mhm.
Um, and you see on our screen, people tell us how to, but it's on our screen, how they can
Mhm,
reach you
mhm,
through your
mhm.
email, through your phone, through your website. Um,
Yeah.
so talk about, talk about how you can help people with this directly.
So I've introduced my photo savings plan. So what that means in terms of how what that experience is all about. When you contact Your Best Life Media, we start with a discovery session, and we take 30 minutes to talk about what do you want? What are your goals? What do you have? Let's see how we can make the best of what you have.
Right,
Pull it together.
and at that point, you kind of also can determine pretty quickly people's savviness and
Yes,
their technical
exactly.
capabilities and,
Yes,
literally,
yes,
do they have photos in a
right.
shoebox or do they have
Right.
photos on their iPhone?
Right, right.
Big
That is
difference.
why it's an important first session. When you go to my website, you have an opportunity to sign up for that discovery session. It's
Mhm,
free. It's 30 minutes. And then from there, at the end, we give you time to say, well, if you think that this is something you want, then we move forward to the next section.
mhm.
But I think I want people to really think about, particularly the gracefully graying crowd. We have a lot of memories. We have the roadmap to a lot of what's been going on history. I introduced a term to you, Lori. Remember I talked about griots? Griots are storytellers. It's a West African term. And as we get older, we become that because we hold tradition, we hold history. And so if you are a person that has all that information, you have the roadmap, you know the stories, then you're a person that needs to make contact with us so we can help you to save, organize, preserve, protect, and enjoy your photo collection.
Grios, and spell that.
Griot, griot, griot,
Gria.
griot.
Yeah,
You were
okay.
right, griot.
Right.
Yes.
I know you've mentioned that word. I'm
Mhm.
I'm not sure a lot of our viewers know that word, but I think that's an
Yeah.
important word to know.
It is a West African
Mhm,
term, and it is a part of the culture. It's been a part of the culture for years and years. But
mhm.
basically, it's just that person that was going to tell some stories about the family. Has all the family stories. Can tell you about Aunt Susie, Uncle Tom, Uncle
Right,
Amos, Uncle Rufus, whoever can tell
right.
you about that, and can tie that to the present. So you've heard people say to you, Laura, you are just like your great great grandmother. Let me tell you what she did. And she did some things similar to what you're doing now.
Yeah,
There's that connection.
yeah, yeah. I love that. I think that's great.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think that's great. So, okay, so people know how to get a hold of you. And, if they want to just have that discovery session with you, ask you general questions, really dig deep with you and really have you help them with this, that would be great.
Mhm.
In any capacity, I know that you really want to help people.
Sure.
Yeah, and especially the gracefully graying crowd.
Yes,
Yeah,
especially the gracefully grand crowd.
yeah,
There,
um,
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's so many. I have several services, and so there's a lot that I get. Photo restoration, if I can't just mention photo restoration, a quick story. I had a client that had a very, very old photo of her great great grandmother. It was so old that it was her picture was beginning to fade in. You could
yeah,
still see it, but it was beginning to fade. I had it. I took it and had it done by a company that I work with, and she was thrilled to see her grandmother, her great great grandmother, come to life again.
yeah.
So photo restoration is really
Yeah,
important. You don't
that's
want to
great,
lose.
and I'm sure a lot of people didn't even of course, they want their photos restored, but maybe they don't know how to do it, so you
Sure,
could certainly
I can help them
help
with
them with
that.
that.
Mhm.
So we are wrapping up here. Again, I just want people to know that Gracefully Graying, is a hub of resources for you and your loved ones, um, to help you kind of guide through life. As we live life fully is our tagline. And Gaylotta, you are a great resource for us, and you provide a great service. So
Mhm.
thank you for joining us today. And you'll be back soon talking about some other stuff. Um, and thank you very much. And we
Thank you.
encourage people to go online, go to gracefullygraying.com. You'll find other interviews that Gaylotta has done with us. Go to Your Best Life Media, find Gaylotta, find us on Facebook, Gaylotta on Facebook, social media. And we thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Happy New Year. Definitely
You
say that.
too. You
Happy New
too.
Year. Yeah.
Thanks, Gaylata.
Mhm.